I'm going to step out of the truck for 1 second, go order the food from the little kiosk that's right here next to me, and I'm gonna leave you guys with her for a second. Stay. A baby girl. So, we're gonna have a little bit of a situation here. Oh, a little too close. So, I just ordered patties and they're trying to accommodate me, but I heard one of the workers in the background say, why don't you just tell him to go to McDonald's? So we're gonna have a little bit of a problem because I'm not gonna be quiet about it. I'm gonna tell this lady I kind of heard what your employee said in the background, and you might want to manage that a little bit better because that's not how you respond to customers. You know, I'm not stupid, so They don't sell the patties individually here, so they said, how about we just give you, you know, we're going to charge you a full burger and then take the bun off of it. And I said, well, most places try to accommodate me, so I don't understand. You guys aren't going to try to accommodate at all? They said, well, how about $2 a patty? And I said, man, that's kind of expensive, but I guess beggars can't be choosers, so I'll take the $2 a patty. And I heard the lady in the background say, why don't you just tell him to go to McDonald's and order? So I'm not going to be quiet about that. You guys know how I am. I don't care who it is. I'm not scared of speaking my mind because I think that's the right thing to do. Are you, were you the lady I was talking to?
I'm the assistant. I was on the board the second half of your order.
Okay, so I don't want to be rude or anything, and this is a little different. What did that girl in the background say about tell him to go to McDonald's and get his patties? I heard her.
I didn't hear anyone say that, so.
Okay, I'm hoping not, because I heard it, and I'm just thinking.
I only have 2 people in the whole store, so I would have heard.
I heard somebody in the background talk about McDonald's going to get his patties, and I was just thinking to myself, I hope people wouldn't say that to
They
a
have
customer.
somebody having picked up an order right now. That's already in the drive-thru.
I just wanted to make. I come here. I come through here when I see my family, and I used to order regular food with bread, but a few years ago I cut all that out, and I started trying to find places that will accommodate on the keto diet. And I was hoping.
Well,
I was hoping I
came out here
didn't.
to talk to you because we don't have our updated boards. We're getting a brand new store soon.
Yeah.
So they're going to completely rebuild us. We're going to have a drive-thru and everything.
Yeah.
And hopefully a spot for truck drivers. That's one of the things we're trying to work on. So.
I just wanted to make sure that this is your business or you're running a business here, and that would strike me if somebody said, well, time to go to McDonald's, but I apologize if I was wrong.
It's okay. No,
but
I was wondering if you wanted some bowls for your dogs. I didn't know how many you had.
What I do is I feed her as I'm eating, just like a human.
I didn't know.
Okay, I appreciate it.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you. I'll have your food out for you in store.
All right. Go ahead, drink your water. So, I heard the girl clearly say, tell him to go to McDonald's. Anyway, it is what it is, you know. I just had to say something because at least if you say something, you can make it known that something was heard. And if there wasn't a mistake, then no big deal, no harm, no foul. I apologize for it. But I'm pretty sure what I heard is correct. I got pretty good hearing. And it was pretty clear as day. So, and if not, at least she'll say something and you know, talk about that ridiculous guy that was here. He said something about somebody talking about tell them to go to McDonald's, and they'll think twice about saying stuff like that. You know, you treat customers a certain way. And I used to come through here all the time and get food back when I really didn't care and I wasn't trying to eat low carb and stuff like that. It's just, dang girl, you thirsty. She is slopping this up. You done? Come here, give me your mouth. You're gonna drip it all over the place. Come here. Come here. What are you doing? Is that good water? You sure did slop that up. And you're still going. She's thirsty. Don't slop it all over the place. You will get it all over. Come here. Come here. So, another part of a conversation that happened this morning on my keto group is somebody had asked about honey on a carnivorous diet, and the guy kind of made a sarcastic comment about how honey's made the same way that cow's milk is made. Basically, that's what he was equating it to. And I said, absolutely not. That doesn't even make any sense. Honey is made when a bee goes to a plant and sucks the nectar out of it, and the enzymes in its stomach starts working with the nectar to create honey. And as it flies back to the hive, the enzymes are trying to break down the honey and convert it, do all those things. And then when it gets to the hive, it throws the honey up into another bee's mouth, and then it throws the honey up into another bee's mouth, and another bee's mouth, and another bee's mouth. And they just regurgitate this honey, and all the enzymes from the bees is what actually makes honey what it is. And then they drop it into one of the combs and fill it up, and then they cap it with wax. That's honey in a nutshell. There's no way that honey is made the same way that cow's milk is made. Cows eat grass and grain and stuff like that, and they make milk from scratch. They build it inside their body. It's not a nectar that's taken from somewhere and then regurgitating enzymes inside bees are what create the honey. Cows make milk from square one. There's no taking from one to make another. It's all made inside. And that's what I was trying to get across. And me and Bart K, we had a conversation about, should carnivores be consuming honey? And he said absolutely not. There's just too much glucose there. It's like 75% glucose, and then there's a portion of it that's a breakdown of glucose and fructose or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the statistics are. So there's some fructose to it, and there could be more or less fructose based on the plant that the bee has taken the nectar from. So that's also a deciding factor on how much glucose, how much fructose. So you have to be careful with that as well. You know, I don't know why all of a sudden people are starting to focus on, should I have honey, should I not have honey, should I have milk, should I not have milk. Bees are listed as animals and insects, so that's kind of like you don't know what to believe. So you just kind of got to decipher for yourself exactly what you want to do. Some carnivores eat honey, some don't eat honey. If you're still suffering from some metabolic conditions and you need to heal yourself, there's no point in trying to consume fructose and glucose, even from natural forms like honey. Go ahead and heal yourself completely with the carnivore diet, and then maybe try adding some of that stuff in. But if you're not healed and you're still having blood sugar reactions and high insulin secretion and stuff like that, then you probably shouldn't be consuming honey until you're healed. So that's also a one of my opinions, personally. So I'll just leave it at that so I don't get into too much trouble and catch too much flack. But somebody, you know, commented back to me, I'm confused about after your video that you made on honey because I don't understand exactly what you're talking about. I'm lost. Well, it's fructose, it's glucose. It's not made inside the bee by itself. It has to be taken from a plant and converted. And it's not necessarily to be deemed as completely healthy because you're on a carnivore diet. It's not necessarily from the animal itself, which to me, going through the Master Gardening class and plant pathology and microbiology, and then what is it, entomology or something? I don't remember what all the names were. There was a whole 3-hour segment where we talked about nothing but insects, and in that class, in a professional manner, an insect is not considered an animal. It's considered an insect, and it's part of a specific class of insects. So if you look at your generic Google term or definition, it's going to list a honeybee, and a honeybee can be an animal or an insect. It's not really how it is. It is an insect when you actually break it down and look at the type of insect category. I could actually pull out my books and stuff in the car one day if we really needed to and dig into this and show you the specific type of insect that it falls in with, and that it is a beneficial insect. It's not something that we should be killing because it does pollinate stuff for us, and they do have a purpose that we shouldn't be trying to kill. So this is taking forever. This is going to be a long video, and I do apologize. I don't know if because I said something, you know, they're going to take their time creating or cooking the burgers or not, but this is honestly taking a long time. And this is a really old, outdated, ooh, this phone is hot. I better take this off the window right there. This is kind of like a really old, outdated Sonic. That won't sit right there either. I gotta get this out of the window. What are you doing, mija? I'm gonna put some air on the back of this phone, see if I can cool it down some. I've had a lot of vegans lately. Why do old people have to be so grumpy? This old man, I'm here, I'll show you guys. There's plenty of room out there for people to drive by front and back. But because he had to come up and slow down a little bit just now, he looked at me and threw his hands up in the window like, why are you blocking my way? Old people. I don't know why old people have to be so grumpy. I hope I'm not like that when I'm 70 years old. I mean, he looked like he was every bit of 70 years old. maybe they've already earned that right to be that grumpy. I don't know. Yeah. But it's I'm getting a kick out of the groups though, the Facebook groups. Sometimes I question why I even made them, because I run into so much flack sometimes. People try to argue with me so much. Yeah, but you're not all old and grumpy like this guy. Throw his hands up. What are you doing blocking my way, man? I'm entitled to that pathway. Get out of my way. I shouldn't have to slow down for you. The Facebook groups are really they're characters. It's almost unneeded drama. You know, you get all kinds of characters and stuff on there that think they have the answer for everything, but they don't want to do the full-blown research to figure it out, but yet they have an opinion, and it's because, you know, they work in the medical field or something like that. They know everything, and it blows my mind sometimes that so many people that don't work in the medical field, and they make it their passion.
Head north on Crawford Street, then turn right to stay on Crawford Street.
And they make it their passion to actually learn medical and learn what happens inside the body and learn how to help people and teach people. They end up knowing more than the people in the medical field does, because the people in the medical field a lot of times have this chip on their shoulder that they know everything, and you can't tell them anything different. But if you take a person that's never been exposed to medical and you let them start researching and learning on their own, they're so neutral that they can soak up all kinds of different information, and they're not indoctrinated with bad info that people can't tell them they're wrong. So it's funny how all this works. It really is. And it gets very, very aggravating, having to take the time to help coach people and stuff like that, and then go back and forth. And a lot of these conversations sometimes just take days just to get through to somebody before they actually realize, oh, wait a second, you know, I was wrong. It's not how it specifically is. I didn't know. And then you put in tons of time with all that, and you don't get anywhere. Okay, I think the food's coming, so I'm gonna put this back up here. Okay, the food's not coming. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes and then I'll probably drive away. I can't. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm still sitting here 20 minutes later and I still don't have my food. It's been 18, I started the video, I got out immediately and I ordered, and they said they were working on it 2 minutes after I ordered. So now we're 16, almost 17 minutes into waiting, and oh, she's coming right now. So here we go.
And here's your patties and your cheese, sir. By the way, your dog is beautiful.
Thank you.
Forgot to tell you a while ago. It's going to be $21.95. I spoil my babies, so I understand.
There's extra money for you.
I have quite a few.
Just keep it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I get you anything else, sir?
No, that's
any
it.
Condiments or anything?
Nope, that's it. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And I'm sorry about any kind of inconvenience.
It's all right. No, it's fine.
What I was trying to explain earlier is, like, since we're getting our new rebuilding stuff on our store, we still have boards and stuff from the 80s, so we don't have all the buttons that the new stores have yet.
I've always thought that
So I'm really excited about the update. I hope it's going to bring some business, and I hope we'll see you again, okay?
I'll be back. I've always thought when I come through here, when are they going to do something about this? Like everybody else is updating, and then...
Well, we just got new owners, and we're really excited about it. They're going to fix our parking lot for us.
Double lane?
Yeah, and we're gonna have a drive-through back here actually too.
Are you guys gonna have to go somewhere else to train to learn how to work the double wing?
Yes, while we're closed, while they do the rebuild, it's gonna be 6 weeks. We're not sure when it's gonna be yet.
Right.
Sometime soon, hopefully. I don't want it to be too much in the summer.
Right.
That good summer business, but we're gonna go to Donovan and train up our stores.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, they just got their new restore
How
built with
far-
all the floods and stuff.
Isn't that still like about 45 minutes from here? I remember my buddy used to live in Donovan, and I used to go out there and visit him. But there's not very much in Donovan either, though.
No. But they got that brand new store like the last year, but they had that real bad flood.
Right.
It was over the roof down there. So they have a brand new store.
Hey, you guys get flooded a lot around here.
Yes.
I'm surprised they haven't done something to come in here and build all this up to stop this stuff from happening, because it's been happening for years.
I know Donovan is bad, like I'm saying, like over the tops of the
Even here
buildings.
is bad, though.
Yeah.
I lived in Pollock when it flooded, and it shut the whole town down, and I was stuck on top of the hill in Pollock. And luckily I lived up there, because they lost like a third of the town.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I live in Neelaville, which is like 15 minutes that way into Missouri.
Right.
It's a little small town.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I
know
remember
exactly
taking a
where it
boat to get to the road.
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate
Well,
it. Thank
you
you.
have a good day, sir.
Thank you. You too. This is different because they took and they put each one of these patties. This is how they get you back sometimes, and I'm wondering if this is what it is or if this is just an honest mistake. Look what they did. They took those hot patties and they stuck it on top of the cheese with the cheese side down, so now all the cheese gets stuck to the bottom of the container. So make sure when you go to Sonic that you speak up and you say, please, if you're going to put the patties in individual containers, make sure the cheese is on top, because now I'm not going to be able to eat the cheese. I'm getting them out so they start cooling off. And on top of that, 8 individual containers. Hi. I would have been better off just going somewhere and here. Go ahead, swallow that first. Here. Don't worry about that. I got more food for you up here. Here, baby. Hey. Easy. Easy. Don't bite my finger off. Crazy. Hey. All right. Long video, I apologize. Man, this sucks. Sit down. Wish they'd shut that thing off. Oh, I see what it is. They set the alarm on the truck, and there's like a little doggy inside that's bouncing back and forth and setting the alarm off. No, I'm not giving you no more. No more. Man, this is so messy the way they did this. My gosh. This freaking sucks, man. No more. No more. I wouldn't use it anyway if I had it. You know, maybe it's not an old folk thing. It seems like every person that drives by that they have to watch where they're driving right there. I get this dirty look, like, why are you inconveniencing me? Y'all got to see this. I'm going to flip this camera around. Look at this little dog. Keeps setting off the alarm on this truck. Jenny, I'm not worried about checking right now, honestly. I'm on the road right now. The meter and stuff is back in the car. I'm just going to roll through it. I've already got six or 7 days of constant tracking, and my ketones were elevated every single day. My blood sugar was down every single day. I don't need to really keep doing it. We already know for 6 days straight it's been a benefit. So I'm just focused on getting through my road trip, getting where I need to be, doing the dirty days, finishing it out for 14 days straight, and then going back to clean eating. And that's it. I mean, I'm not focused on ketones and blood sugar anymore. We've already seen consistently what's been happening, and nothing's been changing. So I'm just going to roll with it. I'm more interested in my mood, how I feel, how I'm sleeping, and all of that's been really good, so I'm okay with that. I just stopped by and I talked to the old college about 25 miles south of here where I went to school, and the old instructor, he said, "Oh my God, Bub, you lost so much weight." I said, "Back when I was here, yeah, I was about 330 pounds when I was here. I'm down to 278 or 277 right now." And he said, "Yeah, but you're big and you're stout." And I said, "Well, I do a lot of powerlifting and stuff now. I'm not focused on being the skinniest guy out there. I want to have big muscles and stuff to show people, and I don't want to be the little skinny keto guy. I want to be the buff keto guy, and that's what I'm working on now. So I got to do, my journey's a little bit different than what you'd see most people doing on keto. I'm not focused on getting skinny. I'm focused on staying big and strong and losing the fat. So I do it slowly. I don't do it overnight. Because I could go into doing long snake diet fasting and all that other junk, but I'm not into all that. That alarm is still going off on that truck where that dog, that little tiny dog, activated it. I can still see the lights flashing. They'll come out to a dead battery. There you go. I'm thinking about stopping in St. Louis tonight, or just outside of St. Louis. Probably just outside of St. Louis, because the motel pricing will be cheaper. There you go. We got one more. Am I going to eat that by myself? I think I'm going to eat that by myself, ain't I? No? You have to have some? All right, then. You want a little piece of this, don't you? That was my thumb. Easy now. You get a little crazy over that Sonic meat. Like you're possessed. You wanna bite me? I hear it's really bad up in Chicago where I'm going. They say the snow's bad. And they said it's like 9 degrees up there. You want no more of that water? Because I'm fixing to pour it out. One more. Here, come here. Come here. Come here. You got stuff all over your mouth. Come here. Hi. Come here. Get that stuff off your mouth. Okay. That concludes this video. And so again, sorry it's so long. I ended up going through a series of events to get here. So I'm going to continue on my mission, and you guys will see me later, probably around 5:30, 6 o'clock, somewhere around St. Louis. Or maybe I'll make it all the way to Illinois. You never know.